catcher John Baker on to pitch. Joe Mather was the last Cub position player to pitch, 2012.
I'm sure he got his marching orders from Ricky Renteria. Hey, just, you know, don't try to do too much out there. Just try to keep the ball down. Put a little something on it.
Culberson takes a 76-mile-an-hour sinking fastball for a strike.
Hey.
A little more heat on that one, but he pulled it outside. We're trying to get a look at his repertoire between innings. Looked like sinker.
He tried a little slider, and he tried some kind of a changeup. Popped him up. Stay in here.
Up, foul ground. I think Rizzo's got room. He does. One away.
That heart's got to be pumping pretty hard for John Baker right now. Just do something completely different.
Did you see what he just did? He just raised the one finger to tell his teammates one out. He's still catcher at heart, isn't he?
We got one, boys. He's loving this.
I know John's dad's still up watching. Dave, we get tweets from Mr. Baker all the time. Here's a 1-0 to Stubbs. Baker looking for his first career strikeout. He has Stubbs down 1-2.
Yeah, that's one thing. You know, the hitters, it's one thing to make it out, but they do not want to punch out.
I don't see any minor league pitching stats for John Baker.
Well, there's his off-speed pitch. Funny, we thought earlier in the season in a couple blowout games that Ricky might use a position player. Didn't do it. Not a big fan of doing it. Tonight, he just ran out of bullets.
Castillo.
Oh, you got to catch that ball.
Got over there and just couldn't get to it.
Yeah, that, you know, that's just, I guess, fatigue.
Yeah.
He just never does get all the way to the screen.
Deliriously
Sure
tired.
where the fence was. He's that tired right there.
Ball 4. So here's where it gets tricky because Stubbs can run. And obviously the Rockies have no idea, nor do the Cubs, of how Baker is to the plate or if he has any sort of move. You probably, you know, you want to keep it simple here. You don't want him to fire one down into the Rockies bullpen on a pickoff attempt. But if you're Walt Weiss, you don't want Stubbs to get thrown out facing the other team's catcher who's pitching. On a hop, they are going to turn it. John Baker with a scoreless top of the 16th.
He's going to go in there and say, give me some freaking runs.
Well, I think he's going to bat.
Pitching my tail off.
He's going to lead off when we come back. What a night. Morning. So back here in the bottom of the 16th. I don't know why they're announcing Drew Stubbs in center. He's been there since he came into the game. But it's late for everybody.
Just think if we were still out there in the Budweiser patio, we'd be all alone. There's a rookie left-hander, Tyler Matzik, a starting pitcher, 2-4 with a 4.28. Fastball, slider, curve, and change. Sends that one up there at 94. They like this kid. He's only 23 years of age. Hey, there they are. They've moved in. I don't know, just fantasizing here, but how about if John Baker comes in, pitches a scoreless inning, and hits a home run to win the ball game?
Yeah, it'd be his first in quite a while.
After hanging out in the dugout for 6 hours plus.
So the Rockies probably will need a new starter on Thursday as Matzik delivers and a strike. John Baker, very popular guy in the Cubs clubhouse, and he's becoming a very popular guy here at Wrigley Field. Folk hero tonight. Scoreless top of the 16th. It's 2-2. Well, if the pitcher gets on base, though, might it take away some of his energy if he has to go back out for the 17th? That's the question.
I hope he gets on. I want to see him ask for his jacket.
Absolutely, he should. And knowing John Baker, he might. The 3-2 from Matzik. He walks to lead off the inning.
He walked the pitcher leading off the inning.
Here's Bonifacio. By time, sorry, JD. By time, this is the longest game in Cubs and Rockies franchise history. High throw, but they get him on the sacrifice. 1-4, I believe. Yeah, 1-4.
Now the kid, the bat boy, tried to run him out his jacket. John waved him off. I'm guessing somebody in the dugout went to the bat boy and said, hey, he's pitching now. You probably ought to bring him a jacket.
Couple of shots here to win it. And if they do win it, the guy at second base will get the win. Wouldn't that be something? Here it is, a strike. How about that in the entire history of the Chicago Cubs franchise? We are witnessing the longest game ever.
Well, we are almost 2 hours in the fourth inning.
The pitch hit him.
Oh, man.
He's been hit twice tonight. He's been on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different times. And let's hope he's all right.
Yeah, boy, he got smoked. He got hit in the, I believe, the foot earlier in the ball game.
Now, the protection he has on that shin is for a foul ball, not for that. Man. Here's Doc Adams. In the front row watching. His team doctor as Alcantara slowly makes his way down to first. First and second, one away. Rizzo with a pretty good cut there and fouled back on a fastball. So Mickey Renteria goes with a position player. Walt Weiss goes with one of his starting pitchers. The position player doesn't give up a run. The starter is in some trouble here. First and second. But the way this night has gone, that actually makes some sort of sense.
Yeah, it does.
Cosmically, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Little blooper. It's going to drop down. Baker can only advance one as the throw goes all the way to the plate. Dickerson not taking any chances there. They are loaded up. Bases loaded for Castro. Winning runs now at third.
It's a beautiful thing about baseball. Just a Tuesday night in July with a couple of last place clubs, but you never know what you're going to get. Well, maybe you'll get a hug. 16 innings, winning run 90 feet away, in the person of a catcher turned pitcher for tonight anyway, with the chance to be the winning pitcher.
Infield in. The pitch to Castro. Low.
Rosario almost boxed that one. He leads the league in pass balls.
It's funny, Baker just goes out there and he's winging it. Matzik, starting pitcher, creature of habit. Very different spot for him tonight. Cubs have taken advantage. It's 2-0 with the bases loaded.
Infield in, not all the way in. They're kind of hedging their bets about halfway. Outfield very shallow. Where they can reasonably make a play on Baker on a fly ball. Don't need that swing in this situation.
Yeah, the danger with a swing like that.
Yeah, roll over and hit one to short.
Or pop it up to the pitcher.
Just be quick to the ball.
2-1 on Castro. The pitch. That should win it. Line drive. Caught by Blackman. Throw to the plate. Cubs win. John Baker wins.
There you go.
Starlin Castro with a sacrifice fly, making a winner out of John Baker. The longest game in Chicago Cubs history is finally over.
No scrum on the field. They're just going to head to the clubhouse and celebrate. A hard-fought win.
What a night. Nice going fans who stuck around to the very end. Even our guys out in the bleachers as the Cubs in 16 innings beat the Rockies 4-3 the final. We'll be right back.
Trying to work the cutter in, but it wasn't really cutting, it was more sinking. And then I was trying to throw the sinker, but that one was cutting. And no matter how hard or soft I tried to throw the ball, it ended up in that 76 to 79 range, which I believe is about 5 miles an hour below the hitting speed from straight pitches. So.
Did I see that was your changeup before it was working through?
Well, I had to shake Welly a couple of times because we just weren't on the same page. And so I shook to a split and kind of yanked it a little bit. Then I just decided I was going to bang that and just go just with the straight, like 76 mile an hour heater. And that seemed to be the most effective pitch in the game for us.
Did you have a knuckler?
A little bit of a knuckle split. I thought, 2 strikes, I'm going to try to strike somebody out.
When did they tell you you were going
They asked me in about, when Russ went out, they asked me if I'd be willing to do that, and I said, yeah, no, I don't want to pitch at Wrigley Field in the longest game in Cubs history. On the 100th anniversary, and give myself a chance to get the win. I trust my stuff.
The last time you pitched was for De La Salle?
No, Cape Cod League for the Whitey Red Sox. I believe I had a 27 ERA, but I was getting squeezed. From what I remember in that game. This game, I felt like the strike zone was a little bit more in my benefit, so I tried to exploit that.
How cool is this?
That's really cool. It's really, really cool. I mean, to get a chance to do this, Rizzo and I were live. I was having trouble not smiling on the mound. Because you never get an opportunity to do things like this. I think about how many guys that I played with that were pitchers that were really good that never got a chance to pitch in the big leagues. So that right there is my hats off to all those guys that grinded for so long and never got a chance to pitch. Something I will definitely cherish for a long time.
And at that point, you can't get thrown out at home, right? You have to score.
I have to score. Yeah, I have to score. I would have liked to hit my first home run in like about 5 years to win the game, but that lefty was pretty tough. Happy I worked a walk and let one of our star players like Starlin get a chance to win the game. It was great.
On a hop, they are going to turn it. John Baker with a scoreless top of the 16th.
He's going to go in there and say, give me some freaking runs.
The pitch. That should win it. Line drive. Caught by Blackman. Throw to the plate. Cubs win. John Baker wins.
I'm definitely available for tomorrow if Ricky needs me. Okay. I can go back-to-back days easy. I don't know what these guys have a problem with.
What a night for the new ace of the Cubs staff, John Baker. Check out the stat of the day driven by the Chevy Silverado. Baker's the first position player to earn a win and score the game-winning run since Rocky Colavito in 1968. And according to Ace Baseball Stats, he's the first player in franchise history to pitch and catch in the same season since Malachi Kittredge in 1896. John joins us right now on Sports Talk Live. John, thank you for taking time. How much fun did you have last night? Because, boy, when you slid across at the winning run, that fist pump said all.
Oh, yeah. it was like I was 12 years old again. I think sometimes we forget that we're playing a kid's game, because the stakes are so high and there's a lot on the line. But last night, taking the mound and towing the rubber for the first time as a major league pitcher, I wouldn't necessarily say it was a dream come true, because I never really dreamed about it. But it's definitely the highlight of my career.
Do you take that game baseball after the game ends and put that on your mantle and go, you know what, my first big league win, maybe my only, that's pretty cool?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to take down my first hit in the big leagues, which is a home run in Dodger Stadium in 2008. I'm going to take that one down. That's probably going to have to go to the garage. And now the first big league win, that'll be right in the center of my den, right in the middle of the wall for all to see that come in. When
Ricky Renteria said to you in the 12th inning, hey, I might need you to throw, did you get nervous when you started warming up in the 13th? Were there butterflies, or no, I couldn't wait to get out there?
I couldn't wait to get out there. These opportunities are so few and far between. I mean, as the stats, I guess, say, nobody's done this in a long time, so you never get a chance to do this. Always something I kind of thought in the back of my head, especially on this team, as the oldest player, a guy that plays the least, I thought, man, if we ever need a pitcher, it's got to be me. We're not going to run Sweeney or Ruggiano or anybody else out there. We're definitely not going to pitch Starlin or Anthony. So I kind of expected it. They brought it up. I was all in for it. I mean, I'll do anything. I don't know how you could, in your right mind, pass up that kind of an opportunity.
If the Cubs get rolling in the next year or two, you're still there, you're catching, key situation late in the NLCS, would you go out to the mound and say to the pitcher, hey, man, here's what I would do if I'm pitching?
Yeah, I'd say, sometimes if you just take a little bit off, and when I say a little bit, I mean pitching that 76 to 79 mile an hour range with a little bit of baby sink, sometimes that can be harder to hit than the straight 95 ball. So, yeah, I'll have to work that in with a couple of guys. I just can't wait until Villanueva gets back out on the mound so I can go out and say, when I was pitching, here's what I did to this guy. I just kind of let it run in. Just let it run in on his hands. He can't hurt you. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. It's good ammo for me to use with our pitching rotation and relief pitchers.
I got to know you a little bit at spring training, and yes, you said you don't play the most and you're one of the older guys on the team, but it also seems like you're also one of the guys who understands A, how blessed you are to have another summer in the sun, and B, you're one of the guys that keeps the locker room loose. Can you talk a little bit about what it's like being a Cub? You're not going to the playoffs, but it is a team in a rebuild.
Well, I think that I've seen a lot of baseball games. I've played in a lot of baseball games professionally in my time, and I think it's important for me to teach some of the younger guys that there's two things that sometimes we make a mistake with in baseball. One is that we don't have fun because we get so caught up in what's going on the field, and you can't do that, because if you don't have any fun, despite how you're winning or losing, I mean, it really sucks. The environment is rough. People are sad. When you walk into a room of people and their heads are hung down, it's not a positive environment to be in. It's not a good place to grow as a baseball player. But at the same time, you also have to learn that you got to be a winning baseball player, and you got to learn how to turn things around. And in my opinion, positivity and a smile on your face and having a good time is an easier route to turning things around when you're struggling or when you're losing than it is to dwell and worry and suffer so much. This game is built on failure, especially as a hitter and a position player. You fail so many times that if you can't laugh at your own failure and laugh at your own ineptitude and laugh at your own unsuccessful opportunities that you've had, you're never going to be in a position to have success when those opportunities come around again. So I have a lot of fun with these guys. I love playing with younger players. I have a great time with the big, large Latin contingent that we have on our team. We just have a lot of great people in this locker room. And I'll tell you what, as somebody that's been around now, this is my third division in the National League I've played in, I really see signs of this thing turning around in Chicago, and I'm happy that I can be here at least for the beginning of it.
I was watching a national baseball show, and they were talking about Jason Hamill saying, my 3 months in Chicago were as much fun as I've ever had in baseball. And they were questioning, boy, that team's not very good. How could you say that? But listening to you, it sounds like the thing is turning in the right direction.
Absolutely, it's turning in the right direction, and I think, like I said, the first thing you do to turn it around is to teach everybody in the locker room that every time you step in between the lines, you have an opportunity to win. And there's no greater example of that than the backup catcher getting a win in the 16th inning. I mean, yes, this is the highest level of this game in the world, but crazy stuff happens all the time, and weird things go on all over baseball all the time. And who's to say that we can't be a winning team from this day forward or from yesterday forward or from the day before. That's our goal every time we step onto the field. And one of the things I've really tried to teach these guys is that when the lights turn on and you walk on the field, you have an opportunity to win a Major League Baseball game. And there's no higher honor as a baseball player than being part of a team that wins the game. And if we can do that day in and day out, this team's going to turn around. And when you think about all the guys that are coming here in the future, when you think about Chris Bryant and Javi Baez and Albert Almora and Jorge Soler, you think about the bats that are coming and some of the younger arms that you've got like Beeler and Jokic and AAA. This team's going to be competitive sooner than later, and I really hope, like I said earlier, I can be a part of it in the future. By the way, I like the new addition to your top of your head there, that hat. Well, I have a Loviste hat on, yes. That's you see it in Spanish. It's Bonifacio's signature. Hopefully, we'll be Lovisteing Bonifacio the next couple days, and we won't have to watch him leave. You know, that's I think the toughest part of going through this process is watching people leave. But again, it's an opportunity for the guys like Alcantara to come up and play. And you know, we've had fun despite some of the craziness that's gone on. Losing 40% of your starting rotation after we were playing really well is tough. Having guys come up and down, position players come and go, relief pitchers leave in the beginning of the season. It's been a crazy year for a lot of these guys, and if we can just keep this level, keep playing, and at the end of the day, keep having fun playing, hit the ball with a stick, we could have a good rest of this summer. All right, are you available tonight out of the pen if they need you? No question about it. Have a good night tonight. Thanks a lot, John. You're welcome. Thanks for having me. You bet. There he is, John Baker of the Chicago Cubs. That is a Major League manager someday.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He knows the game inside. Now he's got the right perspective.
What a quality guy.
Absolutely. And you know he's got a pretty good changeup, too. Did you notice his changeup yesterday?
Exactly. About 4 miles an hour difference. Yeah, I was 79 to 75. Is that what that one was?
Kind of Maddox-like there. He doesn't have to light up the radar gun.
A little bit of movement on there.
Yeah.
Boy, if you're the guy who hit into the double play, I'm trying to remember now.
As a rookie, Cristiano Adames.
Right. Yeah. He's got to be good. You got to be kidding me.
Major League debut. Major League debut last night. That was his third bat in the major leagues.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Did you stay for the whole thing?
I was working. Yeah, I was there. I was among the bleary-eyed zombies in the press box.
Because Mark Potash went to the game as a fan.
And stayed the whole time.
Drove back from Bourbonnais for the one day off. He came in here, did the show the day before, took his son for his birthday to the game last night, and he said, I don't leave games till the end. He was there till the thing ended, and he was on the field before 9 today in Bourbonnais.
That's Mark Potash. He should have filed a story for us last year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No question about it. I think that's awesome. To see a guy have that much fun playing, as he said, a kid's game, pretty cool.
And he was composed, too, out there. He did a good job.
He was.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. He took off from third, too, pretty quick. I mean, if you see the highlight, he's, you know, Baker didn't exactly have the wheels. That's probably one thing. He took off pretty good. I want to know whose glove he was using to pitch. Because you can't imagine that he brings a glove to the field. I mean, he's probably just got the catcher's mitt.
Unless he shags flies
been on the
game.
mound.
The only way
to stand up there, that's such a different perspective.
Right.
Yeah. The only way it could have been better is if he would have used his own glove. out there. Just going out there. Is that even legal? I think it's legal, right?
He'd be the sort to do
it. For the catcher's mitt? That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been spectacular. Well, I just think it's really cool. Yes, they have a subpar record. No, they're not going to the playoffs. They're going to be picking in the top 5. But those are guys having a good time last night.
Now it's time to go back in time.
Ball 4 to extend the inning.
Watch John Baker after the walk, pumping his fist and pointing to the sky.
We just went back in time.
Can you pump your fist just one more time? Pretend I walked you. Come on.
Like that one, and then you have to...
Yes!
This... sliding fist pump.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you got to learn. A lot of things you learn in baseball the more you play. Like fist pumps and sky points.
Dude, speaking of fist pumps, I would love to talk about the 16-inning pitching performance that you had. You also scored the winning run on a sac fly. Bro, amazing. What were you thinking when you crossed the plate? There you're dealing right there, and you crossed the plate and won the game on sac fly also.
I think my slide definitely speaks for itself. I was pretty happy. You know, I mean, we played the game was so long, longest game in the history of the Cubs and the Rockies. I was the last person on both teams to play, but fortunately, they needed me to be able to finish that game off. Once I got in the game, that game was over for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Were you more excited or nervous when they were like, hey, Bake, go down to the pen and warm up?
Oh, no, I was pumped up, man. I'm the worst matchup in baseball for any hitter. I could explain that to you, too. I'm dead serious. I am the worst matchup in baseball.
Then go ahead and explain. We've got plenty of time. Go ahead.
Okay, Millar, you've played 15 innings, right?
Correct.
You've had 7 at-bats. The last 2 guys you faced were throwing 97-mile-an-hour sink balls out of the bullpen. You had to face Strope. He's disgusting, okay? You come up for your bat in the 16th inning, and you've got me, and what am I doing? I'm throwing you bad BP. Bad BP after 15 innings of focus, you're done. There's nobody in baseball that gets a hit off me.
That's a valid point. You've made the viewers really understand where you come from. But I need John Baker, the catcher, to give me the scouting report on John Baker, the 4-seam pitcher guy.
No, that's a 2-seamer. I learned it from Lester Strode in the bullpen right before. I don't know if you noticed the first pitch I threw to Culberson. I wish we were in Pittsburgh so I could have seen the horizontal break like they have on the scoreboard there. It was roughly 2 or 3 feet coming back door. And when the ball's moving like that, it's just a pitch that you don't see. I talked to Drew Stubbs about it the other day because he faced me. I walked him kind of on purpose so I could set up a double play. But he was saying that once I threw strike 1, he knew he was going to make an out. He was certain he was going to make an out.
We saw it during when we were heading to break, the lid that you've got.
Yep.
Is there a reason you brought it out today? Do you plan on...
It's really sunny.
Okay.
It's really sunny here in Colorado. It's hot. We're really high in altitude.
Yep.
And so you got to cover your face because I feel like I'm a little bit closer to the sun. Plus, you guys got all these like lights in my face.
Right.
And I was going to wear my hat, but it doesn't fit with this.
Yes.
So
you're right.
I'm just going to rock it on the back like this. It says live friendly. I'm all about positivity.
That's good.
Being happy and enjoying baseball. It's a big part, especially when you play on a team like our team that's really young. We've lost a lot of really close games. It's really important for me as the senior member to teach a lot of these guys that the best recipe, the best remedy for struggling is to figure out a way to put a smile on your face. Well, because we're playing hit the ball with the stick and it's awesome.
Yeah, well, you've done that. I like the lid, but I'm curious about the John Stockton shorts that you are donning right now during the interview.
Oh, these are my chubbies, man. When the sky's out, you got to have your thighs out for sure. When else am I going to get this kind of tan, man? It might rain in Chicago right now or snow. You never know. So if it's hot out, man, I wear my shorts. I got lots of pairs of these shorts. I got an American flag pair of these shorts that I wore on 4th of July. Yeah, I celebrate the freedom of the thigh. A lot of these guys, they like to wear their shorts over their knee. It rubs against my kneecap.
Yes.
I'm not into that. I could care less clearly what I look like. So I'm all about comfort.
Okay, we do our extensive research on this show. I'm sure you've seen it before via Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah.
And it says that in the off-season, you have been a physical education teacher at your wife's school in California. So if that is true, break down gym class for me with Coach Baker.
Interesting.
You ever seen Billy Madison?
Yes.
With O'Doyle spiking balls off kids' heads? It was kind of like that. But then I got in trouble because it was a Catholic school. So after that, I just played all-time quarterback with these little foamy balls and threw bombs to the kids. It was awesome. I had a lot of fun doing that. I generally found that in life, I have a lot of fun doing most of the stuff that I do. I don't know if it's just me or my upbringing or whatever, but
you're happy.
If you're not having a good time, it's not worth doing it.
Yeah, you're happy. But I want to know what type of gym teacher you are. Do you yell at the kids? Do you let them cut laps? Are you like a do-gooder? You're a rule follower? Let us know.
No, I don't make them run laps because we got in trouble. California's pretty liberal, man. I tried to make the kids run around the church a couple times. Parents were complaining, saying their kids couldn't sit down. So after that, my new punishment was if you popped off to me or like you didn't want to do some awesome game that I had devised that we were playing, like dodgeball. Who doesn't want to play dodgeball?
Right.
Or you were cheating. I sent you to the field and you had to stare at the tree from 3 inches away for 45 minutes. And I found that to be the greatest deterrent in the history. I'm going to actually probably use that with my kids when they get older.
3 inches
you
away,
don't like
by
what
the
I have
way.
to say? I want you to go look at the wall for 45 minutes and come back and tell me why Dad was upset.
3 inches. Is this close?
That's
really close.
Yeah, it's 3 inches.
It sucks.
Yeah, that wasn't weird.
It's a good punishment and nobody gets hurt.
Okay.
I'm an advocate of it.
Great discipline, Coach. Very good. So I'm always curious because I remember with my gym teachers what they wore. You know, the shorts were pulled all the way up. So we actually have a photo, I think, of Coach Baker, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Is this what you wear to class, or do you have something?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have the shorts at the time, but yeah, that looks like an outfit that I would wear. I think we had to wear long pants. It was a Catholic school, but could I do it again? That's a very appropriate outfit. Looks comfortable. Maybe one of those Lululemon polos.
Yes.
Some short shorts. maybe some flip-flops, and my hat and a whistle, and I'm set.
You're in, dude. The whistle's key. But I've got 5 rapid-fire questions coming your way right now. I want you to whistle me the truth of these questions right here, Mr. Baker.
Kevy.
Thank you, Chris.
Ooh, I don't know if you can handle the truth, man.
Oh.
Give us the truth, Mr. Baker. Here we go. Number 1, some kid mouths off to you in your gym class. Would you rather make him do 20 push-ups or 100 jumping jacks?
Oh, man, jumping jacks are way more fun than push-ups, so jumping jacks for sure.
Yeah, plus 100. It makes it miserable because you're sitting there 59, 78. Okay, good. Number 2, which is dosed in Spanish.
Thank you.
Baker, thank you. Well, I was teaching him. I know you know that. Most expensive thing you've ever bought yourself?
Whew, most expensive thing? Probably my Prius, Prius V. It's pretty sick. It's got some black wheels on it. I smoked out the lights. I probably paid maybe around 40 grand for that car. It's definitely a show car. That thing comes in the parking lot. I pull it in right next to like 2 Maseratis, and I'm telling you right now, heads turn. That or my minivan. One of those two are probably my biggest purchase.
Smoked out the lights to the Prius. Winner
right
there.
For sure, man. You got to see that thing.
Hashtag winning.
Subwoofer. Sorry about that music. Smooth ride, 40 miles to the gallon. My fault.
1-0 you. Number 3, Trace in Spanish. You play guitar in the Cubs band during spring training. Would you rather hit 20 homers or be a rock star for 1 year?
20 homers for sure. I've been playing baseball for so long. I can't sing either. In fact, I was doing it yesterday. I also play the guitar when our guys are taking BP in the cage when we don't have BP. So I put on a little performance. I turn the radio off. I make sure all of our guys are really happy. Listen to some nice music, some Zeppelin or something.
Happy. I like it. Number 4, which is Cuatro in Spanish. You're a big martial arts guy. If you were a MMA fighter, would you be more of a technician or a brawler, sir?
I'd have to be a technician, man. I'm not that great of an athlete. I spent an off season with Cesar Gracie Jiu-Jitsu in Northern California, and I got tapped out and beat up for about 6 months. I finally started hurting people by the end of it, but I found out that my greatest asset is my ability to take extreme punishment. So I think I'm one of those guys that I'm gonna let you beat on me until you're tired, and then once you're tired, I'm gonna choke you out probably.
Great answer right there. Great answer. Number 5, which is Cinco in Spanish. Your name is John Baker. Obviously, another famous John Baker was Ponch's boy from the TV show Chips. Which teammate would be the most boring to ride a motorcycle bike?
The most boring?
Yes.
The most boring to ride a motorcycle trip with? Who's boring on our team?
Be a cop with on a motorcycle bike was part of the question at the end, Baker.
Well, I would rather, if I could go, I'm going to change that question to say who I would want to ride on a motorcycle the most with.
Okay.
I would want to ride on a motorcycle the most with Junior Lake. For sure. He's one of my favorite teammates. He's hilarious, and he's the best I've ever seen at snapping the bat over his knee. He's right up there with Bo Jackson. So maybe if somebody had like some sort of a weapon, and we were trying to arrest him, I feel like Junior could snap their weapon over his knee, and we'd be safe.
That's good.
That's good. And you hit him like that.
All right, hey, Coach, we hope you had fun today, Coach Baker. You want to just take us out with 5 jumping jacks just to make sure that we are doing it the right way? Just show everybody at home, please.
No, we'll do squats first. I'm not doing jumping jacks. I'm not gonna listen to what you have to say to me, man. I do what I want to do. That's what makes me happy.
Okay, go ahead, Coach.
Swish, man. I'm gonna go dive in some cold thing of water, but I'm not gonna film it and put it on TV. I'm gonna do it because I think it feels awesome.
Okay. John Baker, great debut today on Intentional Talk. We hope you had fun, Coach. It was a lot of fun.
Blow the whistle.
I had a good time, man. I wish I had a whistle. Bonifacio had one, but we traded him, so we have no more whistle in our locker room.
Yeah, sorry. Check in the Braves locker room for it.
Welcome back to MLB Network Countdown, top 50 moments of 2014. Well, so far we've seen moments like outstanding defense, exhilarating home runs, and the debuts of 2 highly anticipated Cubs prospects. Time now to keep that Cubs theme going as we take a look back at how the longest game in Wrigley Field history finally came to a wild finish.
Number 39.
John Baker, a Cubs catcher, will do the pitching in the 16th inning of this extraordinary ball game at Wrigley Field.
Alderson pops it up foul ground. Rizzo's got it. Crowd goes nuts.
Here's a line drive, 1-hop. Alcantara go to second, 1. Castro to first, double play. Baker pumping the fist as he runs off.
Back here in the bottom of the 16th.
Winning run 90 feet away in the person of catcher turned pitcher for tonight anyway.
The pitch. A swing and a drive to right. It's going to be caught by Blackman, tagging Baker. The throw home. Baker will score.
Cubs win! John Baker wins! The longest game in Chicago Cubs history is finally over.